This thing that you see behind me, it's a Mitsubishi Delica L400. It's a here 2003 and it's my expedition vehicle. It's a really cool minivan and there's a lot of space inside, but there's also a very effective vehicle off-road because there's a full four-wheel drive system with low gears, a center differential locker, and also the option to put a rear and a front locking differential. So once this thing is well prepared with a little lift and bigger tires, it's really good to go and explore. What I'm gonna do on this one, this is a fairly good example of these vans, and they are popular exactly for people that want to go out there and camp, is that I'm gonna do all the electrical system to make it camperized, and you know, add the bed and the stove and the sink and everything you need when you're on the go for a long time. And then I'm gonna add the lift, roof rack, a bunch of lights, and you know, the usual things you do to an expedition vehicle. So I thought I would record this process, all the build, and share it with you guys, since this is something that a lot of people want to do. And since I've done it quite a few times now, this is probably my 6th build since I started to go exploring at the beginning in Europe with my old Suzuki Samurai, and then I moved to Canada, and then I built a couple more vehicles here. So I thought this would be a nice thing to record and share with you. So what I'm gonna do as a first step is the electrical system. I have already ordered all the parts from Amazon. They are here in the garage. So let me give you a tour of the van, the way it looks, the way it is, and then I'll show you all the parts, and then in the next video probably I will start building it up and starting with the electrical system. You can see this is a silver model and this is a high roof model, which means it's a little taller. I think it's about 10 inches taller. And this one was a really good deal because it doesn't have any rust whatsoever. Everything underneath is really clean. There is basically no scratches on this thing, and even though it's a 2003, it doesn't really look like such a old vehicle, so it's pretty cool. It also has this ladder, which is very popular. People like it because you can climb up and go on the roof rack. Once it's there, you can even sleep on it, and has also the you can see the roof rack here. So let me just open it up and I'll show you the inside. There we go. So this is the inside. Very kind of old school, old style seats, but in very good condition, perfectly clean. Everything has been I think dry cleaned, or whatever you say for a car, and is very nice. So as you can see, I've already started removing all this crap. Usually this a van come with either a karaoke unit or some Japanese DVD reader that, you know, you can't understand anything because it's all in Japanese. So I removed it, and this is how the interior looks like. There is also this console, which is not standard. I believe this is something they've added, which is handy because I could put the radios inside here, or I don't know exactly what I'm gonna use it for. Maybe I will replace it, but it's all wood, so it's solid. It might be worth keeping. Yeah, the head unit basically mounts here. I'm gonna put the radios heads in here for communication. There's gonna be dash cam and a lot of other things here. There is a panel box that I've removed, is behind here, and you can see this is behind. This comes with 6 seats basically, and actually it's 7 seats, like the last one in the back is in the middle, and it's not that big, but it counts as an extra seat as well. So let me show you behind. There you go. So this is how it looks inside here, and you can see it's pretty spacious. I have already removed these seats because I had to bring something in it that was big. I couldn't fit without removing the seats, but you can see that there is plenty of space, and it's gonna be really cool because on this side there's gonna be the bed platform with the electrical system, solar panels and everything, and on the other side here there will be the sink with the stove. The stove is gonna be removable because I don't cook inside the van if not to make a cup of tea when it's really cold. And as you can see, the roof is pretty high, so on the platform bed we can sit and work, and it's really comfortable. So this is my second Delica. I bought one before and then I sold it, and then I regretted selling it. So here we are again. After buying a Jeep and setting it up, I definitely felt restrained in terms of space, and so I went back to a Delica. So yeah, the electrical system will require the removal of all the seats because we need to pass cables inside the panels as well as under the carpet, and this is a fairly complicated system because there is a lot of things to add here. But I mean, this gives you an idea of how spacious this thing is and how cool it is. Now let me show you under here. As you can see here, there is these Beerstein shocks here, which was a nice surprise. They are pretty good, although I'll have to replace them when I put the lift. But you can see that is really clean under here. There is really no rust whatsoever, which makes me think that this thing was parked in a garage before or was closed. Alright, so here you can see there is a bunch of parts. So there is a bunch of antennas here, the antennas for the CB and the VHF, which are here and here. This is not something that goes in the van. There is flashlights, the binocular, the fire extinguisher. So then there is the solar stuff. This is a solar controller. This is a battery isolator to make sure that the two batteries will work with each other without discharging each other. And then there is a bunch of control panels with switches, just so that I can control all the lights easily from inside the cabin. Then there is the Blue Sea fuse block, which is really cool, where all these things will be attached to. Then there is the Atoto head unit. This is the head unit I was talking about, and is an Android head unit. I hope I can use this one with Gaia GPS and you know, have it basically as a tablet. I don't really care too much about the audio quality as long as it's decent enough, but this would allow me to use all the app that I normally use from the tablet, so Gaia GPS or even the GoPro software and that kind of stuff. And here I have the backup camera and the front camera. They are the same, and they connect onto this unit as well. And finally there is here the 1000 watts power inverter, pure sine power inverter, which is to charge my laptop and all the gear when I go out. There is a bunch of other things here, a medical kit, battery charger, battery starter, and a few more things. So this is all the stuff I have so far. I'm still missing the speakers, the subwoofer and the amplifier, and the second battery that needs to go in the back of the van, and that will power all this stuff. The second battery is gonna be an Agm battery, so a low discharge, probably a marine battery, because those are better for this kind of stuff, but I still haven't bought it. I did have one in the previous van that was pretty good, so I might buy the same thing. And that battery will also be charged via the solar panel, as well as the alternator when the van is moving, when the van is running. So I think the next step is to go buy this stuff, and then I can start installing everything into the van. Alright, so let me show you what we have here in terms of project. So this is the van. This is not really proportional in terms of drawings, it's just ideas thrown there. I do have all the sizes and the measurements for everything I need to put in there, but this is not in the right scale. This is just to give you an idea what we are gonna do. So here, which is the left side behind in the back part of the van, there will be a little stove with a little sink and a fridge on the side. And on the other side, so on the right side of the van, there's gonna be the electrical compartment and the gear, recovery gear cabinet. And then here there is gonna be another cabinet that basically I haven't decided if I want to do drawing yet or if I just want to do it push over or pull over. We'll see. And then here there is the door. So this is a
hinged door that basically slides on the right side. So this is where the entrance will be. So all this part here in the back is gonna fold out, and then this becomes a double bed that sleeps comfortably two people. Although in my previous build I only used the single bed most of the time because I didn't even bother at night after waking up so early and being out taking pictures all day long to open the double bed. I was perfectly fine with one bed only. But the nice thing is that even when the bed is open, I can put all the bags underneath this platform, and so that saves a lot of space. This time around I can make it even taller because the version of the Delica I have is the high roof, and then I have this box here in the back which is gonna be even more space to add more things. So it's gonna be pretty cool. In terms of electrical, this is a little bit of schematic of the electrical. It's a little bit rough still, but I'm gonna do a proper one once I get to the actual mounting. So you can see there is a lot of things that needs to be connected. There is a front camera, a back camera that goes to the head unit of the stereo. There are four lights on top of the roof rack. So there is a little LED bar in the back as a backup light, which I'm not convinced I'm gonna put on the roof rack this time. I might actually put it in the bumper in the back, but I haven't decided yet. And there is gonna be a side LED bar for when I put the awning. I want to have a light that actually light the campsite, since the awning is gonna be opening on this side. And then there is two more lights in the front of the van, one big one that is on the roof rack, probably 42 inches or something like that, or 32 inches, and also another LED bar in the front of the bumper. And then there is all the other things in terms of energy. So there is the second battery that needs to be connected to the first one. There is the center console switches that activate all the lights that we have, and then there is the solar panel that has a solar controller, and there is an inverter too, so we can always have energy even if we are in remote areas. And this battery, being disconnected from the front one, will always be independent from the actual vehicle battery. If for some reason my battery goes down, I have the Noco battery charger to start it again. All these things are gonna be connected to the second battery, and the only things that will be connected to the front camera are probably just the head unit, just because it's more convenient to connect it there, and maybe the cameras, the front and rear camera, although I haven't decided on that part yet. The front and rear camera connect to the head unit, and so does the dash cam. There is also a dash cam, so this head unit is really cool. I'll get a video just on that. So I think that's about it. Yeah, I'm planning to add a fan on top of the kitchen, although I don't like to make big holes in the roof, so that's gonna be something that I will decide later. I usually don't cook inside the van. I only make tea in the morning or milk, just for when it's really cold outside and you need a nice warm drink. And then there is a water pump that needs to be activated too, that obviously serves the water for the drain.